I would like to check if you have the wine that I'm looking for. Hello?
Hi. Sorry, one sec. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I hear you better now.
Okay. So, which wine was that?
Do you have a Sassicaia?
We have quite a few Sassicaias, yeah.
Do you have vintages 2010 and 2015?
So do you want 6 bottles or 12 bottles Sassicaia?
Can I take a bottle of each?
No, we actually only sell cases.
Alright.
If you look at the scores on Robert Parker,
I would trust your palate than Robert Parker's one.
I have not tried these vintages. I have not tasted them. I don't know.
Alright.
I'm being honest with you.
Alright, thank you for your being honest. Then I would like to buy a box of 6 bottles of 2015.
Okay, it's like a 60-day delivery.
No, I plan to visit your shop.
Actually, we actually don't have a shop. We're an importer. And so we're not allowed to give people wine. We have to have it delivered. And this wine is actually still in Europe. It takes 60 days.
Oh, God. I plan to open it tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Once I plan anything in advance, then I'll contact you again.
Yeah. Okay. Meet you then. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling. How can I help you?
Hi, I would like to check with you if you have a wine that I'm looking for.
Do you have access to the internet?
Yes.
You can look at everything that we have. The inventory is updated 4 times a day. You can do the whole transactions and everything.
All right, great.
Yeah, we set that up about 3 months ago now.
All right, congratulations.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. I think it works pretty good, actually.
Yes, it's a very nice website. Do you like my new t-shirt, Peter?
I do.
What does it say?
Italians are everywhere.
Today, it's a very special tasting.
Okay.
I got bad news. A group of people, 11 people, manufactured fake wines.
There's a lot of that going on. We have a guy in LA here sitting in jail for having fake Burgundy for some years. There's a whole branch of consultants out there to make sure that the wines that we are drinking are not fake.
Okay.
And a lot of producers are putting fingerprints on their wine and using radio frequency ID and things like that to authenticate bottles.
Or a hologram. Right?
Yeah, things like that.
But this time what I read on newspaper is that those people even manufactured the real like holograms on the bottle. If you remember, we tasted a great bottle of wine, which was Sassicaia, and these guys made fake Sassicaias.
Well, the bottle of Sassicaia that we tasted, and you will remember that the 3 of us tasted it blind, and it was spectacular. For sure, that was no fake. If it was a fake, then we should go for the fakes, because it was so good, it's not worth paying for the real one. It's also one of the reasons why I say to people, do not be in such a hurry to drink the world's most expensive wines. Because unless you have a lot of experience in wine, you don't really understand so well what really makes a great wine great. In some ways, I do feel like people who have got a lot of money, who buy the best of the best of the best wines, are not always sure that they can appreciate them because they haven't the background and the experience to know just how good they are. Or conversely, when they are being faked.
Do you think if I mix the real one with the fake ones, can you differentiate that real bottle?
When you say mix, you don't mean mix them together.
No, I don't do that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yes. Shame on me if I can't tell the difference between a fake $400 bottle of wine and a real $400 bottle of wine. And to be quite honest, if I can't tell the difference, then the fake is pretty good. And we should be drinking that.
It is true.
We should be. If we're getting the same pleasure from a faked $400 bottle of wine that cost them $20 or $25 to get to our table versus the real $400 bottle of wine, either we don't know what we're doing, the experts, quote unquote, or the fakers are really, really good, or the real wine guys are not on top of their game.
Sometimes you impress me.
I'll impress you more if I tell you that the fake wine is the real one. So you have some fakes here?
I don't have fakes,
Okay,
but
you've put cheap wine in or something like that.
Yeah, but I didn't mix them. Those criminals.
Criminals! The thugs.
Yeah, the thugs.
Yeah.
They began to make a fake Sassicaia starting from the vintage 2010 to 2015. So I prepared a bottle of Sassicaia 2010. And those thugs used wines from Sicily.
From Sicily.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious why they chose Sicily to use a juice from there.
Presumably because they don't know anything. I mean, why would you do that? Sassicaia is largely Cabernet, and Tuscany has a fingerprint. Sicily might be a good place. First of all, there are a lot of crooks in Sicily, and it's a long way away from anywhere.
So today we have a bottle of Sassicaia 2010 and a bottle of Sicilian wine 2010.
Okay.
And a cheap Sicilian wine and a reasonably priced Sicilian wine.
Okay.
So I've tried all sorts of things to trick you.
Let's do it. It's exciting.
All right.
So obviously I get to do them all at the same time so I can compare them.
Yeah, of course. Oh.
You got? I hope that wasn't the Sassicaia.
I'm not sure about that, but my precious microphone got red. This is the wine guy's microphone, right?
There you go. All the Wapples want something like that.
Expensive, if this is Sassicaia.
That's right. It's hot again today, but it's cooled down beautifully.
That's true.
That is not it.
No? You
That's
think
not
so?
the Sassicaia.
Oh, right. Because of the color?
Yeah.
I also don't know which one is which one.
Oh, I see. You know what wines are in here, but you don't know the order.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because they are under investigation. We don't have the exact information how they made fake ones. So I prepared various wines.
Okay.
I hope I don't learn how to make better fake wines and I use the method to make money.
Isn't that terrible? How can you live a lie like that?
Yeah,
It's really terrible.
it's true.
To me, there's one wine here that does stick out. Mm-hmm. But given that it's, how expensive is it
I paid $500
today?
yeah,
Wow.
for that bottle.
For that bottle. There's not a wine here that's worth $500 to me.
And I was afraid it could be closed. So I just before you arrived, I double decanted it.
Okay. So now it's in shock.
That was not my intention.
So the first wine, actually when I went back to it, it's slightly stinky on the nose. Quite floral, quite minerally. So the quality here is not too bad at all. It doesn't have a lot of personality. It's a little bit hot. It's very tannic. Yeah, I thought this was a very decent wine. What do you think?
I think it's well-made, inexpensive wine.
Second one here, very, very pale. To me, nothing going on here. Very short, some green, much better on the palate, much better than the nose. The third one, it's showing very old. It's already browning. It's beyond tile, like, tile color. This is almost brown. Doesn't look very promising. The nose is a lot of boot polish. The wine is drying out. It's surprisingly good for the way it looked, because it looks like it's over the hill. This wine, Sicily 2010.
I love the taste.
You love the taste?
Yeah.
It's not bad. I scored it quite high.
I think I can drink a whole bottle of it.
Yeah, okay. It looks like you have a whole bottle. And then finalmente, this is a wine that looks good. It's got a little bit of age on it, but not much. It's ruby, but it's not really, really dark. On the nose, it's smooth. There's not giving up a lot, but there's quite a lot of chocolate. It's got a smooth entry. It's complex. It's minerally. It's long. A little bit of sweet and sour. It's quite serious. And because you've told me that there's a Sassicaia in here, this is the best wine in the flight. And so I'm saying it's a Sassicaia. Now, if you're asking me, do I want to pay $500 for this? No. Mm-hmm. So obviously you've gone through it, so you also think it's the Sassicaia.
Yeah, I also think it's Sassicaia.
Yeah.
Do you think that there is any possibility that this can be a fake one?
That's a great question.
I don't want to influence you, but for me, I smell a little bit of a VA.
That's what I said, sweet and sour. Would it be possible to fake me out with this one? Absolutely. If they would have taken a really, really carefully selected, high-end Tuscan wine made from predominantly Bordeaux varietals, yeah, They could have faked it with that.
But probably not with Sicilian grapes.
No, I don't think so. Your best Sicilian wines are going to be made on one side from Nero d'Avola and on the Etna side from Nerella Mascalese, Nerella Cappuccio, and I don't get them there.
I see. One bottle, which is a 2010 from Sicily, it costs $70.
Okay.
So I tried to trick you as best as I could.
You may have done so.
Because you told me I have a devious mind.
You do have a devious mind, but this is a fascinating tasting because no matter how devious your mind is, I am supposed to have the kind of experience that can undo your deviousness.
Unlock me.
Supposed to.
The first bottle, Nero d'Avola, 2016. This is the cheap one. Dei Principi di Spadafora. Difficult name. And it costs $14.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's true. The second one, Etna Rosso, Terre Nere. No, this one is $20. The grape varieties are...
Typically Nerella Mascalese, Nerella Cappuccio.
Yeah, exactly.
That you get that floral character.
It's very floral.
Next,
The third one,
which I thought was the old Sicilian.
I think you're right. This one is a 2010 Ballari Faro. The grape varieties are mainly Nerello Mascalese.
So it's
and
Etna.
Etna.
And that's the $70 bottle. Mm-hmm. I wonder what the last one is. Do you think it might be the cheap one?
Sometimes you can be really bad.
Struggling to figure out what the last one could be.
All right, the last bottle.
Pour it. Let's see if it's gotten any better. So why don't you read me the cepage?
It's 85% Cabernet Sauvignon, 15% Cabernet Franc. And it's a Sassicaia 2010.
Not good enough.
No.
I mean, clearly better than the others, but not good enough.
I drove 3 hours to buy only this one bottle.
We are dedicated professionals. This is what we do for us, for our own education and fun, and it's what we do for the Wapples.
Exactly.
We drive 3 hours, we spend a lot of money, and we're disappointed.
I feel really stupid.
No, we don't know until we know.
It was really hard to find this specific bottle, so I had to pay $500.
Well, they saw you coming. That is probably the only fake here.
Peter, my purpose of shooting this video was not that.
What was the proposal?
There are people who bought this 2010 or 2015 Sassicaia, and they are not sure if they bought the right bottle or not.
For $500? No.
Me neither.
You neither?
I agree with you.
It's good wine and it's getting better. It's just not good enough. Now where do we go?
The last time when we tasted it,
We loved it, right?
yeah, we loved it.
It was magnificent.
Yeah. And I believe for Sassicaia, this vintage is better than that vintage.
Really?
Yeah. That was the reason why I pay much more. This time, this crime has targeted South Korea, China, and Russia.
It's obvious places to target, unfortunately.
Why is it
Russia, because it will sell to the very, very rich who don't know anything. I'm not saying all the very rich don't know anything, but that's a good place. China for the same reason. And South Korea is unfortunate. It's not as excessive in South Korea. Newly minted billionaires like in China, but they're getting very interested in wine in South Korea, and the knowledge is still at a relatively low level.
I think so too. I believe there are still a lot of label drinkers in my country.
You know what? I'm not happy with label drinkers. I don't have a lot of sympathy for label drinkers. I don't want anybody to be cheated. Because when you cheat people like that, there are many, many victims. Not just the guy with too much money. He's not the only victim. The winery is the victim. Because you and I will sit down and we will taste a Sassicaia. We won't think that it's fake. And we'll just say, Sassicaia, they're off their game. They should have sold this out as a second wine or poured it away or something. They've gotten greedy. That's the kind of thing we would say. So it's very, very bad for the producer. And then, of course, the people who are really trying to buy the real thing, they say, well, we know that Sassicaia is one of the wines that the fakers, the guys that are making those wines.
Thugs.
Thugs. Yeah. We know that they're going after Sassicaia. So let's stay away from Sassicaia and let's go with different wines that at this point in time are not likely to be copied or...
These guys, these fakers, imported the bottles for the fake Sassicaia from Turkey.
From Turkey. The labels from Bulgaria.
Labels, capsules, and then cases, wooden cases, and then even the paper.
Yeah, these are forgers, not good people. Not so. That's rude, eh?
No, I bought this t-shirt in an Italian store.
A very interesting tasting, teaching us a few things. Number one, 2010 Sassicaia isn't good enough. Number two, $70 Etna Rosso at 2010 is too old. And number three, an entry-level Nero d'Avola for $14 drinks pretty well. And so that's pretty much the kind of thing we've discovered over the last few weeks.
So, does it mean I don't need to prepare any expensive bottles to to taste with you?
No, I think it means you have to produce the expensive bottles to taste with me because we are worthy of the more expensive bottles. Because we can recognize them.
Right. You know, I have lots of followers and subscribers now.
You do?
Yeah.
Cool.
More than 230,000. I mean, including followers.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know why they follow you, but congratulations.
They love my laugh.
Oh, okay. Well, I love your laugh too, but that's really not enough.
Right. And one of my followers commented, he shared a bottle of Sassicaia with his professor of a university. And he believed it was a fake one because it tasted really bland, terrible.
Did they finish the bottle?
I don't know.
If they didn't finish the bottle, he should keep it. And contact the people who are conducting the investigation and give it to them. You know, we as wine lovers, we have every right to believe and to expect that when we pay the very high prices, and we understand that the very high prices are not because of absolute quality, it's a combination of quality and scarcity. And we have every right to presume, to expect that when we pay that kind of money, we get the real thing. And we shouldn't have to worry.
So in case that you are drinking a fake one, then you should keep the bottle. And
Absolutely. If you think you're drinking a fake wine and you're not really enjoying it, keep some.
And then you send it as a sample.
You would find somebody to contact.
Contact us. We are going to drink it.
I'm not sure about that. It's a terrible, terrible thing. It's a sad commentary. There's another side to it. If the people that are being cheated are quite happily drinking the wine and enjoying it, then were they really cheated? If the tree falls in the forest and nobody saw it fall, did it really fall? If you drank the wine and loved the wine, does it matter whether it's a fake or not? If you thought you were getting your value for money. So, from a philosophical perspective, it doesn't matter. From a legal perspective, it matters a lot.
So what is really important is that you don't really need to spend lots of money to buy expensive bottles when you are not ready to appreciate it, right?
That is why my whole career in the wine business has been exactly that. To try and find for people wines that start to get you acclimated and to approach the great wines of the world without spending the big money.
We also try to give lots of information to make you improve in knowledge of wine.
We are looking to take people who have an interest in wine, to take them to the next level, which is to say, I really do like it, and I now want to know more about it. And we understand quite clearly that when they want to know more about it, they become more discerning drinkers, more critical. So then they start to expand the range of their emotions. When you become more critical and more knowledgeable, you get lower lows, but you get higher highs. We want you not to have the low lows, but we want you to have the high highs. Stay with us.
Stay with us. So don't forget to subscribe and leave a love.
And leave a like. A love, exactly.
A love.
Leave a love. Amore.
I still don't know if this one is worthy of
Right now it
500
isn't.
bucks. No.
It's beautiful and smooth. It's elegant as anything. I love that. But it lacks in some of the characteristics one would expect. One wants palate authority, but elegant.
Yeah.
It was not difficult for us to figure out which was the expensive wine. But if you would have framed this tasting differently, if you would have said, here's 4 wines, in here there may or may not be a $500 bottle of wine. Is there one? I would have said no. If you had said there may or may not be a $100 bottle of wine here, I would have said yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to get bankrupt. $600 for 4 bottles.
Well, hopefully the people that are watching this have understood quite clearly that you've just saved them, the wealthy ones, quite a lot of money. Because you've told them, don't go and spend the extra money on the 2010. We tasted whatever vintage it was the other day. How much was it?
200 or 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a better wine.
That is true.
Go get that wine. And not only that, because we drank it, it was gorgeous. Don't lay it down, drink it.
And don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Then I can buy better wines for Peter.
That's right. You guys have to help us to feed my addiction.
It doesn't cost a penny.
이럴 땐 이 와인 네이버 밴드로 놀러 오시면 와인을 잘 몰라도 편하고 싸게 사실 수 있도록 제가 많이 도와드립니다. 다들 만족하시고 좋아하시더라고요.